This is Francis, a 40-year-old with zero romantic experience when he met me. Since then, he's gone on over 100 dates and is now in his first long-term relationship. How did he do this, despite being an older Asian guy with zero experience? In this video, we'll dive into his story, as well as 3 key takeaways that you can use to immediately start getting more dates. And if you're interested in getting my personal help to find a long-term relationship, then just click the link in the description. So here's Francis before, 40 years old, living in New York City, zero romantic experience, hardly any dates, and no girlfriends, and feared being forever alone. Now here's Francis after we worked together. Went on over 100 dates, hooked up with dozens of women, and now in a happy long-term relationship. As you can see here, he says, I've now been in my first long-term relationship for almost 10 months, and they even celebrated their birthdays together. And just to show further proof of what Francis was able to accomplish, here he says he scheduled 2 first dates on a Wednesday, okay, so 2 dates that day. And then he had another date, okay, with a girl that he already had 3 dates with. So in that week, he had 3 dates, okay? Here's a girl that he went on a date with, and here's his reflection here saying that he started with almost nil dating experience, okay, before the program, started practicing texting, dating skills. Eventually he went on 100 first dates, had sex for the first time in his life, had his first lover, and even had his first breakup. So now let's look at the 3 phases that Francis went through in order to go from 0 dating experience to 100 dates and his first long-term relationship. So the first phase was working on his profile. As you can see here, it's not looking too good, okay? He didn't really know how to showcase himself. He looked like a 40-year-old with 0 dating experience, and he looked way worse online than in reality, which is the case for most Asian guys. So here's what we built for him together, okay? His new profile, which we did by discovering his strengths, okay? He was professionally successful, okay? Passionate about medicine, an active reader, talented musician, very talented, and has an active lifestyle. Okay, so basically we built a profile that highlights these things in stark comparison to his previous profile, which showed none of the things that made him stand out. So here's takeaway number 1 for you to start immediately getting more matches and dates. Okay, so Francis didn't even know his strengths. Once we listed them out though, building the profile became super easy. So my recommendation for you is sit down for 30 minutes and brainstorm all the positive traits that women would find attractive about you, including your talents, skills, accomplishments, and lifestyle, okay? And then organize these concepts into 6 photos. So the main takeaway here is know your strengths. Now let's talk about phase 2 of how Francis went from 0 dates to 100 dates. Okay? And that's texting. He used to spend days texting women. I mean, he never got to actually asking them out, and the conversations would just go in circles, never leading to a date. So here's what changed. I told him to move it forward, move the conversation forward, okay? The point of texting is not to chit chat or get to know her, it's to actually set up a date. And here's proof that, this is the kind of girls that he was able to go on dates with once he implemented this. Okay, and here's him actually sending a message in our Discord to another client, okay, in response to his message, saying, always ask yourself every message, how do I lead this to the next step of meeting her in person? Okay, that's what the texting structure in the course is made to do. So you always want to text the minimal amount to then get her on a date, not go in circles for days and days, never getting to the point. So takeaway number 2 for you is that the point of texting isn't to get to know her, okay? It's to set up a date. No more than 10 to 12 messages total, okay, between you and her, okay, in the entire conversation before asking her out. So the takeaway here is move it forward. Then phase 3 of Francis's journey was the actual dating itself. Francis had a big fear of physical escalation. He thought girls would throw their drink on him if he went for the kiss. As you can see here, one of the common inner obstacles, okay, this program helped me with is my propensity to come up with possible negative scenarios, right? She won't text back, she won't show up, she'll dump water on my head if I try to kiss her, she'll be creeped out if I invite her home. He had all of these limiting beliefs in his head about what would happen if he tried to advance things with the girl. So here's what changed. I told him to stop looking for the perfect moment. Go for it boldly when you feel it's the moment, okay? But the key here is to back off if she shows resistance and don't be butthurt, okay? And so implementing this advice, he was able to go on, well, 3 first dates in 1 day, okay, which is just absurd. And then he was able to get the kiss in all 3 of the dates. Which leads us to takeaway number 3. Most Asian guys want to wait till the girl is giving overt signals before making any moves, okay? This is a form of hesitation and low confidence, which girls are not going to be attracted to. So you want to go for it boldly when you feel it's the moment, okay? But the caveat is just know to back off if she shows resistance, okay? Don't be butthurt. Girls want a guy who is confident, but also calibrated. So the takeaway here is stop waiting for the perfect moment. So there you have it. That's how Francis went from 0 experience at age 40 to going on 100 dates and getting in a happy long-term relationship. He's not anyone special. In fact, by all traditional standards, he was pretty disadvantaged. Yet, he decided to take massive action and fix this area of his life. Now, if you're wondering if I could also help you find a long-term relationship, click the link below to book a free one-on-one consultation with me. I look forward to talking with you.